Honey, I still live with it every day. I know it. Oh, there he is. I didn't see you come in. We'll talk about it later. That's another day. Go home. Maybe. Harold, you didn't hear that, did you? All right. Lisa's covering the afternoon, too. I know she will, that's for sure. So, thank y'all for coming. This woman, I tried to make it such a surprise. It's so hard to do when you're with her 6, 7 hours a day. It is so hard. Most of the time when I have a party, it deserves more and more and more, and the only thing I could say is, y'all are the more. Y'all are in. There's nothing else more than she would like to see y'all and hug y'all and everything. Amen.
But I told her, I said, what I remember is her trying to break my arm when she, Mary Klinikowski, Judy Rockensock, my dad, myself, were in the storage closet back there, and a tornado was tearing us building up. And Judy had, Pam had a hold of my arm, squeezing it so hard. I didn't know what
to go. I don't know what Diane and some of the other agents, Pam, Silas, and Tracy, when I started to work here, you know how we think out loud? Hey, Pam, we need to do a form tomorrow. You know, we need to find out how many pendings we got. I wanted to update how many pendings we got, what the closing numbers are, everything like that. And
one little thing, Bobby, for, I'm talking not as loud as you, but I'm
no, don't you up here. Please. Pam, what do you call
it? Right? You got the chair, but one we want to thank Bobby and everybody that was involved in getting all this organized and keeping it secret from Pam and whoever talked Bobby into not making it that there was a bomb threat. There was a bomb threat.
Yeah, that was the original plan. Jimmy D was going to call it a bomb threat.
Oh, that's a terrible
idea. Never will come in then. I had to cancel that plan. And then Eddie was going to call Pam and send her to, where's Barbara? Oh, was going to send her up to Mount Juliet that Pam and Barbara need to do a new form for OAs. And I'm thinking, nah, that's probably not kosher. She won't do it.
100% agreed. So we'll talk.
Oh, she gets 100% raise?
Next paycheck has some extra money in it.
Say I'm done because I can't keep it away. You guys are just really what keeps us all going. You're the center of the culture, the center of how things roll. You're the first person to hear about the first deal. You're the first person to hear about the worst deal. You're the first person to probably know what's happening in someone's life. So without you, we can't do it. And thank you for showing everyone the way and being there for everybody over all this time. You're awesome.
Yep.
Bobby, when he wasn't getting cakes, he also got you a recognition award. It says, proudly celebrating 30 years of outstanding service. Pam Hurd, August 16th, 2023.
Woo!
Speak!
Did you do all this? Because he's been crazy.
Now you know why!
I got all these contracts and closing stuff, and I've been trying to help him do stuff just to keep him from going even nuttier. But I didn't think about it. When I pulled up, I thought, man, the parking lot's busy. But I thought it was just in the hair salon. I didn't think about the people coming in. And I don't think it hit until I was getting my food. There we go.
You can do it.
I want to remind everyone, there's a box up here. I didn't mean to cut you off, Pam. Just letting you through. Share a memory. Please come up here. There's cards here. You can fill it out. Just share a memory, good or bad.
And you all have things going on. And it means a lot to me that you take the time to come and see.
To the end of 2012.
Traitor.
But I got my start here. I could have gone other places, but the reason I stayed because of Pam and Bobby. Pam, you always made sure the agents had what they need. You treated us like family, you and Bobby. So you always been the backbone here for us. Anything we needed, you was always there. Also too, in the audio industry, y'all don't know I got my start from Bobby. I was doing BPOs first, but when First Princeton was looking for someone to do the REOs, Bobby gave them my name, and I appreciate that. So I really want to say
You haven't been sending me my cutlery.
I want to just...
Hang on just a second.
What's your status?
Hang on, Harold. You always want to speak.
As my fellow OA of many years, Pam and I have had many conversations about realtors, about Crye-Leike, about more jobs we get and less pay. So thank you, Harold.
All right.
You know, it's funny you had mentioned that Pam almost broke your arm, and I thought, well, what did you do to get in trouble? Because I'm sure there's been many times you wanted to come after me with the wooden spoon. Or
Especially when you don't answer my email.
But no, I just want to say, mirror everybody, that you have been always immediate to help, so kind, and on behalf of all the brokers and OAs and agents in the past, you know we love you, and couldn't do it without you. And two people in particular I ran into yesterday want to share their gratitude as well. Lori Lehman, who's the broker at the Franklin office, and then I ran into Tom Williams as well. And when we told them about that, they said, please tell Pam that we love her and everything she's done as well. All of their people as well. So, yeah, we love you.
Pretty well. She knows me too well.
Yeah.
So, happy congratulations and everything on this 30 years. You beat me by 5.
When I called everyone or texted everyone, sure, I'll be there. Yes, I want to be there. Yeah, I'm so glad you counted me in. So thank y'all.
But it was about 8:08, and I said, "Oh wait, Margie, I got a letter here. I got to open it up. I was supposed to open it at 8. Knowing Bobby, he'll text me and say, have you read your letter?" And I read it to her, and I said, "It said don't come in the office to 10:10, not early,
Not a minute early.
and not 3 minutes late."
You mean you don't?
But I have dual.
You have no sales. You know that, right?
No sales here, yes, but dual citizenship. But anyway, I just want to say that anytime I've ever been here, Pam, of course Bobby too, always are so kind and sweet, make me feel so welcome and helpful.
That's just what they say when you're being her.
Yeah, we hate.
Booty call at least once a week when someone said, we'll pay you more, your highest split, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, and that's nice, and I do need more, but I'm not leaving Pam and Bobby. Click up. Both of you, and especially to Pam. She mentioned her dear husband, and I too have had tragedy in the last year. I lost my dear heart, and Pam knew what I was going through. So there would be days I'd be in here working to avoid being at home alone, and she would see it on me. I wouldn't even have to say anything. She would see it on me because she knew what I was going through, and she would come to me.
She's always been close to my heart. We've had as many cries, but more laughter, which is good. I used to go in to see her husband at Publix, and I would tell him, make sure and bring the diapers home or whatever this evening, and he would banter back with me. It was a terrible loss for all of us when she lost Brad, and I think we were all fortunate to be able to wrap our arms around her during that time, and I probably haven't done as good a job in the years that have passed, but Pam's always been placed in my heart. One of the things, and you kind of touched on it, that I always admired about Pam, and I think it's a wonderful quality, is that regardless if you were a new agent, not doing any business, and you brought in a few sales a year, or you were the primo agent in the office, everyone was treated the same. Mm-hmm. That is a wonderful characteristic, and most of us who have been in real estate for a long time have been in offices that you don't always see that. You know, it's kind of the people that are the highest producers get the better treatment. Pam has a quality to be able to enrich everyone's life, and the ones that are just learning are as important to her as the seasoned agents. I dearly love my friend. She's a much better gardener than me.
Close one deal, she guides them through everything. It's like, oh my God, Pam, I would lose my mind. I don't know how she has that much patience. But you are the best at what you do. And none of us could do anything without you.
That's true.
Stop it.
When I was hired for Crye-Leike, hey Sharon, I had to interview with Harold. And I went in to talk to him, and he was asking me, you know, what I felt about doing the job and all this. You've been doing this a while. And I said, Harold, it took me a while to figure it out, but I run a daycare center. The only difference is it's adults. I said, you have to pick them up, literally sometimes pick them up, swat them on the butt and say, get back in there, you can do this. I know you can do this. And I said, and as far as treating people, I believe you treat everybody the same. If you want me to come in and treat your high people different than your low people, I won't do it. Don't hire me because I'm not going to do it. You remember that conversation?
See, now you get to pat him on the butt, but I don't.
Sharon Kemp.
This is Sharon Kemp.
So, I did Pam before she came to work here. You went Johnson & Johnson like me.
That's exactly right.
With Pam.
And I think maybe my husband hired you. Is that correct?
No. Let's see.
Dave Floyd?
No, I was there before Dave Floyd. Carolyn Hancock was the...
Al Senior hired you, didn't he?
I sure said I did. Mr. Johnson.
Al did.
Okay, okay.
Let me see.
Al Johnson.
In there. Terry had just got started. I always called him my little red-headed stepchild.
Right.
Because he was always like just running and doing stuff, and I'd say, what, Terry, you can't do that. That's not legal. Get back.
They never learned.
Exactly, he's still doing it.
We never got that memo. And, so anyway, we merged in with Dobson & Johnson. There's 24. And Carolyn was the broker. And then they put Dave Floyd in there, and I told them they didn't get him out. I was going to kill him or quit. So they got him out because he shared my office at the same time. And then Dave Kidd Sr. was broker for a little bit, and then I think he started getting sick or having some problems, and David Jr.
That's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that with her professionalism and her warmth that everyone has touched on, she has remained a friend even though we don't see each other. So she's always cared about my family, my children.
Well, I always tell people, I love it when we work together, but if you go out the door, don't think that I don't care about you, don't think about you. You're still a friend. There's other real estate companies, and we're all in this together. You don't burn any bridges. You don't be ugly to somebody else, because tomorrow they may be your boss. Right.
Harold.
I'll tell you what happened. Dobson and Johnson still, at the time that I was working there, they leased their computers for MLS. They didn't even own their own computers, they leased everything. I would do a company report. It would take me 8 hours each week to do this report. And it was, in essence, the same thing like I do for Bobby now. But it tells, like, you know, depending, and if you had a price, a house adjustment, you would keep up with that every week, you know, the price went down or whatever. It took so long to do those reports, and I was over the offices before I left there. Kendra Cook, she was one of my office managers. I was actually her boss, and that's the reason her and I were such good friends, and still are good friends. And Mr. Johnson had told us that if we could get 100% participation back then, to run an ad in the open house was $10,000 in the Tennessee. So he said if we could get 100%, he'd give us $1,000. All of us $1,000. So he didn't think that was going to happen. And I kept working. And I'd go through my office, and I went through their office. And what we could do was pair up somebody, like say you had a listing but Curtis didn't. And he held an open house for you. You joined that. That was, you know, 100%. So we got that 100%. When we had our next meeting, the next week, I was telling him that we got 100% in there, and he's like, well, I guess I could take and give you girls, we'll split that $1,000. Give it to, I said, no, sir. That's not what you said. I keep minutes. I'm a documentary person. I came from First Tennessee Bank. I worked there, started working out of high school. I retired. I worked there 11 years before I got into real estate, and I did something different. So I told him, I said, that is not what you said. You said on this day, at this time, this is what you're going to do. Now you're going to give her $1,000, you're going to give her $1,000, you're going to give her $1,000, you're going to give me $1,000.
You must have been a Democrat.
He said, well, I guess since you have it written down, I guess that's what I'll do. So those girls never let me live that down. They were like, you know, I had my time. Yes. But anyway, we merged in, and Mr. Johnson kept doing stuff old way. And he, Crye-Leike came into town. Carolyn Adcock interviewed with Harold. She had 66 listings at the time. They ordered 66 for sale signs for her.
We started, the first office was at Mount Juliet, and Margaret made the first sale. It was on Old Lebanon Dirt Road. And when we mentioned that in Memphis, they laughed. They thought that was Old Lebanon Dirt Road was the first sale. But, and so we opened there, and it was a 2-lane road, and the only thing that was there was like a funeral home and a gas station up at the corner. It's hard to believe that all these years have made a lot of changes. But anyhow, Margaret and Martin Cummings was at an R meeting, and Martin Cummings said, "Here you're coming to Middle Tennessee. You need an office in Mount Juliet." I said, "Where?" Mount Juliet, and said Mount Juliet. And so that's how we got the first sale. And then you got to be in Herman, you got to be in Lebanon. And Eddie Hobbs wanted me to go to Lebanon, and they took me out there and said, Lebanon looked like a real town. It had a court square and a courthouse and everything. Mount Juliet looked like a 2-lane road to nowhere with nothing out there. But they convinced me it was coming. It was coming. And Mark.
Unhappy about. And I knew in 8 months they were going to build this office. And Sandra Cotton had called me, and she said, I'm going to put in my calendar in May to give you a call. And I said, yes, because I'm putting it on my calendar too. If he doesn't do what I've asked him to do, I'll be calling him. The 31st, she calls me. And I said, Sandra, I had it on my calendar to call you. She said, are you coming? I said, yes, I'm out. So I didn't know David. They told me that they had a broker, you know, and that he was a real nice man. They said, we think that y'all will blend and get along here together. And that's how.
And title, and I had the opportunity to come here with the new office. And if it wasn't for Pam and Bobby and their support, I was already very nervous about doing it because it was a brand new office. And I had to get customers and get business. And this one right here, we started off very well together. And I think the world of you, you know that. I don't want to get choked up. And you and Bobby both have been very supportive. And then I had been a realtor before I was in title. And when I decided to get my license back about 6 or 7 years ago, because of being in title, I had gotten to know, other real estate companies, not just Crye-Leike. And a lot of them contacted me when I mentioned I was going to get my license back. And I talked to them, but I already knew, as you know, that I wasn't going anywhere else. I came back here because of Bobby and that one right there. And she knows it. She knows I love her. We've had some great conversations over the years.
I just knew something was coming up. I hate a lot.